Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage right now, please welcome your Chief Development Officer, Dennis Windsor.
안녕하세요. Konnichiwa. Namaste. Right? That's the world we live in. We live in a world that we have the chance to live global lives. And I am so proud to be a part of this company and the mission. I, too, am totally in love with Jeunesse Kids. Who loves Jeunesse Kids? Come on, is that all you have? Who loves Jeunesse Kids? Yes. Scott was just asking you and challenging you and imploring you to be a part of this movement with Jeunesse Kids. I had the privilege to just come back from Quebec, Africa, and just in a few short days, things happened in my personal life that will be there for the rest of my life. I met people that are living incredibly hard lives, but every single day, they wake up with smiles and determination. And one thing I took from that trip was for me to personally try to never complain again. It sounds easy, but we complain about so much. Our food is not warm enough. Our rooms aren't warm enough. Our car doesn't go fast enough. Whatever we do, Jeunesse Kids is a place that you can commit to and give part of your life to. So if you have the chance to give, please give. More importantly, if you ever have the chance to go on a Jeunesse Kids trip, no matter what it takes, please go. I will guarantee you it will change your life forever. You know, we are incredibly blessed as people. If you think about this, in the year 2019, maybe like no other people groups that have lived on the planet before us, we are already living global lives. Do you realize that the generation just not too long ago, they were contained and confined. On a daily basis, they would wake up and they would think about their neighborhoods and their cities and their country, and then not too much more. But what happens with Jeunesse? Jeunesse is giving us a chance to use technology and the timing of this world to live lives like we've never lived before. And do you realize the people that you're around, your friends, your family, those you sit next to on trains and planes, they need Jeunesse in their life. Just pause for 1 second and just remember what your life was like before you even ever heard about Jeunesse. And then you made that decision. You bought some product, you tried the products, you got Jeunesse into your life. And then the more you've got into this company, you've learned, your mind has grown, your heart has grown. And just think about your life now with Jeunesse in your life. You see, we have the chance to be a group of people that can live this life, maybe like no other group has ever lived it before. And I'm really serious about that. We have a chance because our company is not contained to one city, one country, even one region. You see, whoever you meet in Jeunesse, whatever language they speak, whatever commerce they use, whatever color their skin is, they can say yes to Jeunesse today. Not 5 years from now, not 10 years from now, but right this moment, right from your smartphone, they can say yes, because you have a global chance with this footprint to build this all across the world. And as Scott has said over and over and over, you've heard Wendy and Randy talk about it, they are not satisfied with where we are. They love where we are. They're very proud of what you've accomplished, your commitments to success. You are amazing people. And just for 1 second, let me ask you, please congratulate yourselves for being here at this expo. You made a decision and a sacrifice and a commitment to come this weekend. So please give yourselves a hand. Always be proud. Always be proud and pat yourself on the back. That will empower you to help other people. But this company has so many things in the works to build our future together. This is just a few of the things that my team is working on right now with the other presidents and the staffs across the world. We have initiatives to help you take your businesses to the next level. You know, we have some of the most incredible products in the world. Do you love Evoke? Come on. I mean, Evoke, by far, I personally believe, may become our best consumer-oriented type product because the world already uses these kinds of products. They love this kind of product. All of our other products are incredible for sure, but Evoke is another winner for this company. And you know what that means? We are creating new ways for you to bring in new customers. We're going to make it simpler for you. We're going to have better incentives that motivate you. We're going to have new customer acquisition programs over the next several months that will roll out across the world to help you share these great products with other people. And then our sales promotions. Anybody here want to make money? No, let me ask you again. Does anybody here want to make money? Yeah! Of course you want to make money, right? Money can't give you a good life, but it sure does put a good down payment, right? For sure. No doubt about it, you can build a great business with Janess. We have got great promotions that this company has ran for years and years and years. And working with Wendy, Randy, Scott, the presidents, we are taking our sales promotions to a whole nother level. Did you like Level X, the promotion in July and August? We worked on that promotion to help more people qualify, that more people that work, especially executive, Jade, Pearl, Sapphire, Sapphire 25, that will help you build your organizations. We're coming out with additional promotions that will even do more and more and more of that. So it will help you, no matter where you are, to build this business. The next thing we're working on, I've been had the privilege to work with our Chief Marketing Officer, Mark Patterson, and our Chief IT Officer, Bill Harris, back at our headquarters, an incredible Internet Technologies team. They are working around the clock to improve our websites and our J offices and our digital tools. We will have the best in the world of technology because of this team. I'm so thankful for this team. I'll give you a sneak peek in just a second. And one huge initiative from Wendy and Scott is to educate our people, to train our people. Debbie Curley, part of our staff, leads a team that creates training programs for you and for your brand new people. We have new training systems that we're launching this weekend that you can use to help your people get started during the first 30 days. It won't stop from there. It's going to happen more and more and more. This is just a sneak peek. This is what your J office looks like. When you logged in a couple weeks ago, you saw a J office that had been in creation for 10 years. Now the team took time and they listened to the field, most importantly. They listened to the diamonds. They listened to our distributors. And they said, how can we make our J office? And this may sound, maybe you don't see how important it is. I think it's critically important because when people log into the back office and they see confusion, what do? They just stop. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to find things. They don't know where to navigate to. And what this team has already done, and this is just the first phase, is to make the J office simpler so that any one of you can understand it. But more importantly, when you enroll a brand new person, they can log in for the first time and it's intuitive. It speaks to them at where they are, We're even going to have rank-based home pages. So as you elevate in rank, we're going to be able to communicate to you and provide information to you that will inspire and train. And just imagine you as a leader can focus on leading your teams. The company will provide the technologies to make it simple for you. You know, Scott has said this since the day one I walked into this company 3.5 years ago. I believe for sure, I bought into it, and I believe for sure what he says. You see, this industry is 100-plus-year-old industry. And think about this. There have been thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of companies that had good products, that had good management teams, had a good marketing system, had a good compensation plan. They're no longer here today. Why Jeunesse? We have the infrastructure, we have the stability, we have the innovation to become down this path to the journey of number one. You see, the path to number one is you have a path of people and companies that are in front of you, but always number 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. What do they want to become? It doesn't matter if it's sports, if it's education, if you're in media, if you're down below number one and you have fire in your belly, you want to become number one, but you have to have what it takes. Otherwise, it's just a dream, right? The companies that are in front of us right now in the top 10, these are excellent companies. They are formidable competitors. They are leaders in this industry for decades. But I believe, and I know the ownership of this believes even more so, that it's time for Jeunesse. Do you believe that time to become a top 10 company? It's time is our turn. Do you believe it's our turn? It is going to take a tremendous amount of commitment from all of you. You know, number one, the path to number one, the path to number 5, the path to number 10, the path to our number 13 right now, it's not easy. It's going to be a Herculean task to double this company and then double it again. It's going to take a commitment. So I would ask you right here, right now in Singapore, 2019, my life has been changed at conferences like this. When I came in and I listened to speakers and I made personal commitments, I made personal decisions for my life. And I would ask you that this conference is not about us. It's not about the person sitting next to you. It's about you and you alone making personal commitments. A commitment is something that you want to have as a long-term commitment that's sustainable. This path to number one will require a commitment from each one of you to do the heavy lifting. Are you in it with us? Come on, do you want to make that commitment? If you want to make that commitment to become number one, yell at the top of your lungs, yes, yes, yes. And then join me, whether it's 5 years from now or 10 years from now. Look at that day that's in front of us, that we will stand on that stage and Scott Lewis will be standing on that corner and he will be saying, number one, join me, number one, number one, number one, number one. We can do this. It's a commitment to make this. It's not that difficult. It's not easy, but it can be simple. You see, the system that we have with Jeunesse, with the dedication of this staff and this company to empower each one of you, no matter your skill set, no matter your language, no matter your experience level, you can do this business. It's only going to get simpler and simpler. What we ask you to do is leverage this platform like you've never before, especially from this weekend. Be yourself, who you are. You don't have to be anybody else that walks this stage. Just be yourself and leverage this platform and let the platform do the work that it's designed to do. The platform is designed to help you duplicate, to help you replicate, to take your actions and replicate that to other people. So leverage this platform. This is our 10th year. One of the most fundamental, foundational things that you can do in this business is to definitely expand your team. If you want to grow and become a higher leader in this company, it starts with one thing, foremost on a daily basis, and that's every single day. You're waking up with your integrity, with your passion, with your love for others, and you're taking that beautiful mouth of yours, those lips of yours, and you're waking up every day and you're using those mouths and those lips, and you're blah, 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 with smartness, with intelligence, but definitely you're telling the world every single day about Janess. And more importantly, you're using the leadership that you have, the team that you have, to do three-way calls, to do leadership calls, to do Zoom meetings, and have other leaders convince your guests to join. You want to ask people to join you. They won't join you most likely if you don't ask them to. So with that great heart of yours, simply ask them, please come join me. Let's go do this together. But ask and ask and ask like never before. Now is the time. Now is the time to expand your team. You know, right now, you're sitting 102 days from New Year's Eve. Do you remember New Year's Eve last year? Do y'all remember New Year's Eve where you were last year for a second? Just think about it. The whole year is almost gone. It goes by like that, right? I mean, just like this and just like this, it will be New Year's Eve. 102 days will be gone before you know it. What we want to ask you to do, and I would challenge you to do, and I think a serious commitment to do, is do what you've never done before for the next 102 days. Whatever you're doing, double it, increase it. Talk to more people, go to more meetings, sleep less. Sleep is way overrated. You can sleep a little bit less, but you can, it's dead serious, you can make a sacrifice to commit for the next 102 days. And what that will do, that 102 days will not lead you to success. It won't happen in 102 days. You will accomplish some great things, but what it will do, most importantly, is it will put you on a path to success. That is what you want, is you want to be on the right path. That path leads to long-term legacy success, and that takes time. Time over time over time with this company, and eventually you can succeed. You know what, Randy, you've heard Randy talk about his talks, that the number one thing you need to be in this company is a climber, someone that doesn't quit, that never stops, and over a long period of time keeps climbing and keeps climbing. I'm asking you to make that 102-day commitment right now to elevate your business over the next 102 days. We have promotions over the next 100 days. You'll see some other things rolling out. Take advantage of those like never before. The company is doing some amazing things to make your business more successful. But more importantly, I definitely believe it takes a 5-year commitment in this industry. You heard the others talk about it. 5 years from now, and Craig said I could become diamond. It takes 5 years to have incredible success. What I'm going to ask you to do, I had others ask me this a while back, many years ago, for me to stand up when someone asked to make a commitment. Would I stand up? And would I tell myself and commit to myself? And would I commit to my children? Would I commit to my family? Would I commit to my team that I will be here 5 years from now? Do you want to be here 5 years from now? Yes. Are you committed? Every one of you, get off your phones for a second. Every one of you, get off your phone. Get up and look up here. Are you committed to be here 5 years from today? I'm going to ask you, if you are serious, then stand up right now. Stand up. Now's the time for you to make a commitment to yourself. Now know that Wendy, Randy, and Scott and the executives are backstage in their rooms. They're listening to you. I'm going to ask you to shout it out and make a commitment. You know, back centuries ago, people used to claim pieces of land wherever they lived, whatever continent it was, and they would take a stake that would have a family flag, and they would take that stake and they'd walk over that piece of ground and they would slam that stake in the ground. And they would say, this is my land. This is my future. My children will raise here. My children's children will own this land. And it was their destiny. And they made a commitment to it. So I'm going to ask you to make that visual commitment right now. Hold your hands high in the air. Imagine you have this stake. Imagine this is your destiny. This is your legacy. And you take this hand. And on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you. 1, 2, 3, I'll ask you. On the count of 3, we're going to drive that stake deep into the ground like you've never driven it before. And we're going to say, bam, together. Are you ready? Okay? 1, 2, this is your destiny. 3, bam! Yes, yes, this is yours. Please, thank you. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. You, please sit down, thank you. We live in an industry that empowers us. I knew this gentleman, I don't know, George Antar, I think I met him about 90 years ago. I've known him forever, great man, but all of you as leaders, we have lived in an industry that tells us what? Not to live our fears. Nobody in this industry tells you to live your fears. What do they tell you? Live your dreams, right? Let's live our dreams like never before. This is one thing. You know, in life, we don't control many things. This, we totally, 100% control because our dreams are up here. Nobody else controls that. And whatever they are, you can live your dreams. You want to make sure they're practical. You're going to hear a tremendous amount of content and training and education this weekend. I hope you're taking notes on your phone and you're writing down these small pieces of information. You've heard this over and over and over. You have to have a vision. At the very least, every single one of you, before you go to bed tonight, whether you're new to the business or you've been in the business for 10 years, make sure you have a vision for your life and your business. It can be short. It can be 50 words. It's not complex. You just need to write it down and start, but have that vision and write it down. And most importantly, don't think small. We live in a global world. All of the countries of the world practically are open for us. The owners of this company, it's nonstop. The next country for us to open up probably is the moon. They're going to take this company all over the universe for sure. I believe that. Why not? Don't think small. Let's all think bigger. Take our dreams and our beliefs in that to the next level. The most important thing, and is another thing that you control more than anybody else. And this is probably rule number 1, step number 1. If you don't have this, I would probably say your chances of being here 5 years from now, your chances of succeeding are limited if you don't have this. And that is that you have to have belief. It's broad. You got to be belief in the company, belief in yourself, belief in the world, believe in others. But you control this. So you work hard. Work harder than you've ever worked in your life before to go out and raise your belief level. I know that I've seen incredible things happen. We got Tanette right here and his lovely wife. I know their belief level is all through the roof. You have to take your belief level to a whole nother level. You're going to have everybody around you is going to tell you that it won't work, that you can't do it, that you can't lead people, that you don't look good. They're going to tell you that you can't become in better shape. The world doesn't want you to succeed. Do you realize that? They don't collectively want you to succeed. Your belief will empower you to fight through those days, for sure. And the last thing to do is another thing that you control over these next 102 days is I'm going to ask you to take an inventory and write down on your daily calendar that you do all the wasted time that you have throughout the day, that you're on your phone, that you're on social media, that you're watching crazy videos, that you're playing games, that you're watching TV, that you're taking more naps. Whatever this is, you have to make some sacrifices. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are going to become number one in this company, all of us, every single one of us, is going to have to take an inventory of where we spend our daily time and to choose wisely and smartly to take some of that time and devote it over to your business. You know that an extra 3 hours a week, an extra 5 hours a week, it can, and if your whole team does that, if you have a group of 10 people, and if they will sacrifice for the next 100 days and disregard TV and videos and all that stuff, and they'll commit to another 5 or 10 hours a week, that's 50 to 100 hours a week building your business for the next 10 weeks. You can do this, so sacrifice smartly. The last thing I would say on this subject is this is a time for no more excuses. What I would challenge you to do, if you have hiccups in this company, if you ordered product and it wasn't right, if somebody signed up and they got the wrong box, if you said you were going to have a meeting and they showed up at the wrong location, if you had a Zoom and they didn't show up, right now you commit from this day forward, especially for the next 100 days. No more excuses. If you want to grow your business, you take it upon yourself. You be self-responsible. If it is to be, it's up to me. Just believe that. And don't be bad on yourself. Just go for it. But don't let excuses weigh you down. You see, the last thing I would just say, and this is what has impacted my life, I have fallen in love with this company and the people of Jeunesse. Look around the room for 1 second. If you will, please raise up the lights if you can. If you can raise up the lights. Everybody look around the room. There's almost every ethnicity in the planet sitting right here in this room. We have so many people in this room from all walks of life, from all faiths, from all colors of skin, from all languages. No matter where people are from, this was a company that 10 years ago, Wendy, Randy, and Scott, when they were thinking about this company and innovating this company and architecturing this company, they thought about people like you, people from all colors, all races, all languages. And they said, let's go build a group of people that has never, ever been built before. You see, I grew up in a very small town. And I grew up with my mother and 8 children. I was number 7. And I grew up watching people walk down my street. This little painting is something I painted a little while ago. It's a painting of my mother's kitchen window. I learned lessons through that kitchen window. I would watch these strangers walk down the street where I lived. And if they knocked on the door, no matter who they were, no matter what they looked like or smelt like, my mother would let them in our house. Next thing you know, they're sitting next to me at a kitchen table. Just think about you as a little kid and you got some new person sitting next to you. But my mother taught me how to unconditionally love people. You know what? We have responsibility like never before. Do you realize that the number one thing I think is the glue to our journey to become number one is to take our love for each other to the next level. We have a chance to love each other and to love other people like maybe no other people group in the world. We have representatives in 150 plus countries thinking about how to serve and love mankind where they live. You see, the business of Jeunesse can change your life financially, but I will guarantee you this, the people of Jeunesse, it will change our lives collectively forever. I love you all. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Woo!